How's it going? I'm Ryan. Today, I'm going to go over the one trade that I took on QQQ. I said I wasn't going to trade today. I tried one trade, one contract, super small size. It was a loser. So, streak of losing trades this week. But going into this weekend, we're establishing a rule set, kind of ironing out more so a pattern to follow or a trade plan that I'll follow going through each day to kind of prevent some of the mistakes that I've made this week. Before we get into that trade, though, we're on the daily time frame here. We see that we made an all-time high again, but we had a pretty big volume day and a pretty big red candle. So still an uptrend. A point that I see us defending is this swing low here. You know, if we break below that, then pattern could be reversed. But all things considered, still in an uptrend, still made a higher high. This could be a higher low on our kind of way up to, a continuing bull market. So I cleared my chart. I was going through kind of back testing some things, so I don't have all my levels, but I did my best to put a few on here that I was watching. So we had this all-time high here from yesterday, and that yesterday high a day around 446.7. We had the pre-market high around 447.1. A zone in here around 444.3 or so. Down in here around 442, and then yesterday's low a day. So started the day off on QQQ. SPY was looking a little bit stronger overall, but the market was rising. QQQ took a little bit longer to catch up, but it did break above all-time high, yesterday's high, eventually pre-market high, and made this all-time high around 448.64. The trade that I took was this retest of the pre-market high here. So we had created a higher high. We were pulling back. I was looking for this retest and hold of the pre-market high for a higher low and continuation. I took one call. I took 448 calls or strike, and just one position. My stop was a break below the pre-market high once we had held it. So we can take a look at the 1 minute as well and see what I was looking at, why I took this trade. I took it after this candle here. Once we had printed this candle stopped me out. So I want to go over what happened here. I tried to have tight risk management. I did get a really bad fill on this position. So I was looking at the contracts were around high 70s in here, being about maybe $78 or so. When I bought, somehow my fill was 90. So pretty much as soon as I bought, I was already down a solid 10%. It was really odd. I'm not quite sure what happened. I'm not sure if we got a little bounce right when I bought and the price fluctuated enough to cause that. But I did buy as the candle was red and as we were retesting this level. So just got a really bad fill. And that also kind of prevented me from wanting to hold on and allow myself too much risk here. So I got stopped out on this push down when we broke below. We did get a little bit of a bounce, but ultimately kind of sold off. That's the only trade I took on the day. I was not planning on taking a trade because I wanted to kind of establish, like I said, a rule set or a pattern of things that I follow. And one of these that I will be implementing, and I'm going to throw on the EMA. So this is nothing new. I've been using the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart. I really like it. I feel like it does a really good job of being accurate with the momentum and the trend. So, didn't mean to do that. So when we're taking a look here, I do want to say that moving forward, one of the rules that I'll have for myself is avoiding puts when we're above the 9 EMA on the 5-minute and avoiding calls when we're below the 9 EMA. And I think you can look at this and just understand why that is, right? There's no point in this downtrend that I would have wanted to take calls. Yes, he could have taken them here on this bounce. It did swing $1.50 or so. but the overall trend is still down. And there's no real, I guess, opportunity for a good long position unless we flip that 9 EMA, right? We flip it here and we kind of retest it. We're at 440. We run up to 442. That's a $2 swing. That's pretty strong. That's going to net you a really good gain. And we look likewise here. In the morning, we're kind of chopping around back and forth on this EMA. Nothing to take here, right? There's no momentum. There's no trade. But once we break above yesterday's high, we have momentum and we run up, another $1.50, $1.60 from there. So my mistake here was we had broken below this EMA. The momentum to the upside had slowed down, and I was trying to take calls looking for continuation. Now, sometimes maybe this would work out, but I think more often than not, using this EMA is kind of a guide to tell me, if we're below that, don't even try to take calls until we reclaim it. And that would have saved me today. And that's a rule that I will be implementing moving forward. I like this EMA. I think it's a really good tool on the 5-minute and does a really good job of, like I said, showing some momentum and trend. So had I followed that rule today, it would have saved me from a losing trade. Losing trade was a little bit bigger than I would have liked. Like I said, I got a really bad fill on my contract, so that was unfortunate. Not mad that I tried it. I don't want to get to the point where I'm too hesitant to take a trade in fear of taking a losing trade. Though they will happen. It just comes down to managing risk and making sure that the trades that I take are a higher setup. But that's the only trade I took. Like I said, we made that higher high and then pretty much dumped the rest of the day. I got off after I took that losing trade. Like I said, I wasn't really planning on trading. Once I took a losing trade, I didn't want to stick around and, FOMO into another trade or try to make it back or revenge trade or do something that I would regret. So be on the lookout. I will post a video. Maybe I'll talk about it on Monday. I will make a video because I am outlining a set of rules for myself to follow. There's nothing too crazy. I'm going to trade similarly, but just more so, like I said, some things like avoid puts when we're over the 9 EMA, avoid calls when we're under the 9 EMA. Just simple things like that to kind of keep me out of lower, what am I trying to say here? Trades that have a lower likelihood of working out, I guess what I'm trying to say. I want a higher percentage of trades in terms of their profitability rather than just taking trades at will. So we'll go over that next week once I have things completely ironed out. I already started to go back and back test some trading strategies and just some of these rules. And yeah, one of them will be revolving around that 9 EMA on the 5-minute just because I think it does a really good job of keeping you kind of on the right side of the trend. That's all I got for you. I appreciate you watching. I'm excited to come back next week, a little bit reinvigorated. I am looking into trading futures. I'm not sure if I will begin that next week necessarily, but that is something that I'll also be looking into over this weekend. Looking into trading micro ES, micro NQ potentially, and yeah, try my hand at that. I like the idea of no Greeks, not as much volatility as, say, 0 days till expiration, what I'm trading currently. I think it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of risk management to be successful with 0 day till expiration. So we'll see. We'll see if I make that switch coming next week. I think that is something that I will be trying in the near future, though, for sure. So we'll watch out for that. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I trade live Monday through Friday, so enjoy your weekend. I'll be back next week. Tough week this week, but we'll bounce back. It'll be all right. It's just a kind of an opportunity to learn from mistakes and figure out what's working, what's not. And it's a learning game. It's going to be a process, so we'll keep pushing. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Peace out.